Good evening. That's it? That's all we got? Good evening. There we go. We're here for a celebration, so it's a good time tonight. Dean Walsh, Mr. Sanders Pratt, staff, graduates, and guests, welcome and thank you all for coming out to tonight's events. You guys can have a seat. I'm Chief Joey Humley, Director of Forsyth County Emergency Services, and I'm delighted to be here with you tonight to celebrate your successes. I'd like to thank Dean Walsh and Forsyth Tech for hosting the graduation ceremony tonight. I would also like to thank Mr. Sanders Pratt for coming out to serve as the guest speaker. I'd like to thank Mr. Ed McNeil and Forsyth County Communications for their support tonight. And I would like to thank the staff of Forsyth Tech and my staff, and more specifically, Captain Kelly Bauer, for their dedication to your success to this point. This is our second true recruit academy and the first time the entire group that started also finished. So that's 18 folks, and we're pretty proud of that accomplishment tonight. So great job. So while I am not your keynote speaker tonight, I will be your quasi-MC, and I do want some cake, so I will be short. As mentioned to you when we talked not long after you started with us, you've entered into a profession where you have implicit trust by the public when they call for your services. I also told you that you represent the department, the county, the education program, but most importantly, you represent you. Don't allow your integrity to be violated. When you're stressed or you're simply having a bad day, remember why you came here to start with, because I asked all of you what got you here, right? And if it's too difficult to do, and it might be at times, find someone to talk to. This job is worth every bit you put into it, and I promise you, you will get rich, just not with money. So congratulations again, and welcome to our team. Right? I'd like to introduce Mr. Damon Sanders Pratt, our keynote tonight, Deputy County Manager for Forsyth County, and my boss, to deliver tonight's keynote.
Take my glasses off so I can see. We've just been talking about that. Didn't know I was nearsighted until my wife and her family told me that I couldn't see the clock. I went to the doctor and discovered I was nearsighted. I couldn't see, so now I take them off to read and put them on to drive. I thought to thank Chief Hunley and say good evening to all of you who are here to help us celebrate the 2023 EMT Academy. So I want to thank you now before I get started. Emergency Medical Services Leadership recommended an EMT Academy about 14 years ago. I shared my notes earlier today with Chief Hunley from that meeting on October 19, 2009. In there were the county manager, the EMS leadership team at that time, and the budget director. EMS's plan included hiring students, a classroom element, a ride-along element, a guaranteed job at the end, and so forth. Basically what our graduates have experienced to this point. At the time, the cost-benefit analysis didn't seem to say the time was right to have an EMT Academy, according to the manager's office. Then COVID happened, and supply chain disruptions of all types, whether that was materials or labor, became a problem or a norm for today. Okay, so supply chain disruptions and labor as well. So EMS leadership made their EMT Academy pitch again. And late as usual, I thought, well, hey, why doesn't the county start its own academy where we'd hire people, put them through a classroom instruction, provide practical experience, have a job waiting for them at the end, and create our own emergency responders instead of relying on people to quit in other communities. EMS leadership likely wondered, that's a wonderful idea, and we had it 14 years ago, right? But we thought we'd try it this time. So in light of all that, on behalf of the manager's office, I very much appreciate the opportunity to be here this evening. Better late than never. So let me extend my congratulations again to our 18 graduates of the class of 2023. It is notable that the Academy started with 18 cadets. You have all made it to this point. That is commendable and speaks to the quality of the cohort that sits here tonight. 25% of the first EMT class in 2022 didn't complete the program. So as an organization, clearly we've learned some things and gotten better, and thankfully you all have been the beneficiaries of that. Not only have you benefited, but so will your community. The demand for emergency services response in Forsyth County and many other counties is at an all-time high, while the supply of people like yourselves to meet that demand is not. Now that's good for you because if you stay the course, that means you're increasingly valuable over time. The Academy is conducted in the Maisie Woodruff campus of Forsyth Tech on Lansing Drive that also houses the Maisie Woodruff Library branch for Forsyth County. That facility is symbolic of the close-knit relationship between Forsyth County and Forsyth Tech. As the county manager is fond of saying, we are them and they are us. So a hearty thank you to Conrad Walsh and his Forsyth Tech team and their partners in the EMT Academy, and they're also our partners in many other county programs. As undoubtedly relieved as you are to have reached this point, there are others who are equally relieved. First, your Forsyth County EMS fraternity are relieved to see you graduate and are waiting for you to join their ranks and to help in the daily work in the field and assist in lowering the unit hour utilization rate, which is a term that I've learned since I've been doing this because they keep drilling it into me that needs to be lower, and you're a solution to that problem. Second, your Forsyth County community is relieved to see you graduate and to be able to arrive on the scene when needed most, and to know that you're well prepared and will provide compassionate, excellent care during their most vulnerable and stress-filled moments. So continue to hone your craft. Third, your instructors are relieved to see you graduate, although it is true experience is the best teacher. Forsyth County and Forsyth Tech staff charged with helping make this program a reality are a close second to experience. So let's also, while I'm standing here, give them a round of applause for what they've done to get you here to this moment. Fourth, your family and friends are relieved, proud, and happy to see you accomplish what you set out to do. Complete this program. Let me extend my thanks to you for allowing your friends and loved ones to serve their community in this way. It is a sacrifice, it's a lot of hours, it's important work, and it's stressful. So I appreciate your support of them and allowing them to do this for their community. Supply side staffing changes at Forsyth County EMS are being successfully addressed on many fronts. There were unmined communities where potential future emergency medical technicians and future paramedics could be found, but the county hadn't been successful in encouraging interest in applicants. The diversity of today's class is a sign of success in this regard. By continuing to expand the pool of potential emergency medical service responders, the staffing supply conundrum that the county has faced is that much easier to resolve. So let me conclude my remarks by acknowledging these outstanding graduates and by paraphrasing a jingle that some of the people who are in my generation will recognize. So though we are in danger, we never despair, because we know that where there's danger, EMS is there. We're not worrying at all, we're just listening for the siren call. Here they come to save the day. That means that EMS is on the way. So congratulations again, best wishes to you in your future endeavors, and thank you for your service.
He takes his off and I put mine on. Thank you, Damon, for that. Next, I would like to introduce Mr. Conrad J. Walsh, the Dean of Public Safety Technologies for the college. Dean?
Seems like we keep playing with our glasses here, so I'm in that same boat. Challenge is when you are like third or fourth in line to speak. If y'all ever been there, then you sit down and you think, they're saying everything I want to say, so I don't want to get up here and start boring everybody. They already said that. So thank you for stealing a little bit of my thunder, but I appreciate it. So good evening, especially our honored EMT graduates. Good evening. I would like to extend a warm Forsyth Tech welcome to everybody here, especially here at our West Campus As Damon had said, that all of our EMT programs at our Maisie Woodruff campus, but we just want to make sure everybody feels welcomed here at Forsyth Tech. And we're excited that we've had this partnership. And he mentioned, the county manager said that we are one. You know, you can't really see the difference between the two. And I feel that every time we have conversations that Forsyth County EMS and Forsyth Tech is definitely in lockstep when it comes to try to produce high quality, very competent, and very passionate EMTs like the 18 that you see here. Again, my name is Conrad Walsh, and I'm privileged and honored to serve as the Dean of Public Safety. We have that umbrella of public safety, and EMS obviously falls underneath that. And it's a calling. I had a conversation with somebody who's sitting in the audience the other day, and we had a conversation, didn't we? And we were talking at our public safety campus at Northwest, and we got talking about jobs and careers and what's the difference between a job and a career, and we talked about a calling. And a calling is something a little bit different. We all aspire to have a job as we grow up. We all aspire to have that long-term career, but it's really impactful if you love what you do and you find that calling. And EMS, these 18 right here, found a calling, and that's very, very special. And that's something that I hold near to my heart. I started as an EMT way back in the early 90s, and it's something that you carry with you through your entire life. And my congratulations for answering that calling and answering it specifically for Forsyth County, because as a resident of Forsyth County, it's important that we have very competent and highly skilled EMTs on the trucks. So we at Forsyth Tech, we've been honored to assist each one of you on your journey. From the first day of training until the moment you decide to hang up your stethoscope, I promise you that Forsyth Tech will always be here beside you as a partner. We had kind of talked about our staff, but I'm very proud of our partnership with Forsyth County EMS and our staff at Forsyth Tech. So I want to recognize those who taught, assisted, and coordinated your EMT class. All of them have a passion to see you succeed today and throughout your career. So if I could take a minute and have Forsyth County EMS training staff and Forsyth Tech faculty and staff that was instrumental in this EMT class, could you stand up, please? I know you don't want to. That's what we do in public safety. Please give them a hand. Thank you very, very much. Having that training staff that is so passionate, did y'all see that when you came into class? I want to see a lot of shaking yes on that. That says a lot, because they feel what you feel. They've been in your seat. They know what it feels like to step in on the very first day EMT class. I can actually remember that. It's been a while, but I remember I didn't know one end from the CPR dummy to the other end. And you had to kind of start from that very first piece. But I remember I had a really good instructor that helped me get all the way through the EMT. And I worked as a reserve paramedic with Forsyth County EMS for quite some time. And that has always stuck with me, that initial EMT class that I took. So lastly, I want to say a heartfelt thank you to each graduating EMT here today. You have taken a giant step in enriching the lives of every citizen in Forsyth County. Not every job or career, remember, can say that. But in the calling that you had, you are enriching every citizen of Forsyth County. And as a resident of Forsyth County, it makes me feel better that when I call 911, that call will be answered by a highly trained, very passionate EMT like you. So for me personally, thank you very much. It's very appreciated that you accepted that calling. Again, EMTs are the backbone of that 911 system. If you think about your daily life as you go through, you see car wrecks, you see ambulances going up and down the road. You know, we kind of think about those pieces that on a day-to-day basis that you just don't really know what's going on in somebody's life. So that 911 call happens a lot. We have a lot of conversations about that call volume that necessarily goes on. And it takes somebody special to be able to step up and answer that call. And right here, tonight, you're seeing 18 very special people. So thank you. So if you like to, so I'm gonna next call up the Forsyth County EMS Training Officer, Captain Kelly Bauer.
So typically my job is to take people who are credentialed and prepare them to work in Forsyth County Emergency Services. This has been my first experience in taking non-credentialed providers and preparing them to work for EMS. They started on May 8th, 2023, and since then have grown to become emergency medical technicians. They've learned to drive an ambulance, they learned CPR, they learned the incident command system, and that's all before they even started their EMT class. They completed a 7-mile hike with Captain Davis around Salem Lake. After dreading this experience for weeks, several of them complimented her, saying they were happy they completed the hike and they learned more about themselves having done it. I've seen 18 individuals come together to achieve their goals these last 11 weeks. The goal to pass the first test, the goal of passing their TSOPs, their goal of passing their final exam, their goal of passing the state test, and their goal to be on an ambulance next week. This recruit school organized their own study group twice a week. They've pushed each other to do better. Sometimes they've pushed each other too far. But this has been a learning experience for them, and it's been a learning experience for all of us. These 18 individuals have worked together to become one team, and they've worked hard to become part of Forsyth County Emergency Services team. So welcome to Forsyth County Emergency Services. May this be the beginning of a long and exciting journey for the recruits of 2023.
All right, I think we're going to call up recruit class leader Hunter Rowe to come up for some remarks.
Oh, no. I know earlier he touched on writing something and then having everybody before you come through and talk a little bit about everything that you talked about. So I'm probably about to bore you very, very bad, but it's okay. My name is Hunter Rowe. I'm one of the class leaders for Forsyth County EMS recruit class 13. 6 months is the average time that it takes to complete an EMT course in the state of North Carolina. 1,283 is the number of pages of information that we had to memorize in order to be prepared for our exams, our technical scope of practice, or our TSOPs, and the North Carolina State Certification Test. Among me are 17 other incredible people who managed to do this in 6 weeks. It wasn't easy. It took hours of hard work, from weekly study groups to showing up an hour before the start of class just to go over the information we had covered to make sure that we had it down. We spent our time with Mark and Chuck going through lecture after lecture, scenario after scenario, drilling it into our heads. They did an amazing job in making sure that we were prepared for whatever was going to be thrown at us. They prepared us well for our clinicals and every test that we took, and for that, I'm incredibly thankful for our instructors. I also wanted to say thank you to Forsyth County for presenting us with an amazing opportunity to be able to take our classes and get our certification. This gives people a chance unlike any other, a chance to follow a dream that may have otherwise seemed out of reach. The experience was incredible, and I would highly recommend it to anyone who wanted to pursue a career in this field. The road ahead of us is not going to be easy. It's going to be emotional and exhausting. We are going to see things that will stay with us for the rest of our lives, but we're also going to learn so much from these same experiences. It's going to be rewarding. We get to make people smile. When we show up, we get to help people in their darkest hours, and if we can even bring a little bit of light into their lives, it's worth it. Early in the class, before we went to Forsyth Tech, the job that we were about to undertake was explained to us as you're going to enter people's lives on their worst days, where they themselves are hurt or someone that they love is hurting. The community will open their doors for you, let you into their home, their safe place, and trust you. They'll trust you to take care of them, treat them with compassion and respect. They'll trust you and safely deliver them into the care of their doctors. This isn't a small undertaking. It isn't a small ask of us. I know this, and so does every single person sitting beside me right now. But everyone is here for a reason. We are pursuing this career with intent and purpose. We have a passion to be here, a passion to help and to care. I'm proud to stand before you and say that we made it. All of our hard work was not for naught. I get to enter this agency with 17 other amazing people who have put their personal lives aside to focus on preparing themselves for this job, and people I am proud to have stood beside and supported, and people I will continue to be proud of as we progress in this career. Never give up. Never stop striving for excellence, because every single one of you has already proven that you are capable of it. Best of luck with your endeavors within the agency, and I'm sure that I'll see you around the station.
Thank you, Hunter, for that. Next, I would like to call Assistant Chief Andrew Davis to the podium.
So I don't need the glasses, but I am bald, so I guess it kind of evens itself out, right? Imagine being the last guy to come up when it comes to speeches and crossing things off. So I'm just going to kind of speak from the heart here. So my name's Andrew Davis, and like Chief said, I'm an assistant chief here with Forsyth County Emergency Services. So the recruit school it's an exciting opportunity for us here at EMS. I think it's the time of year I look forward to the most. I mean, my training staff probably would disagree with me, but it's exciting when you look at really what the recruit school is. And the recruit school is an opportunity for us here at EMS to reach out to members of the community that want to be involved in EMS that maybe didn't have that opportunity without some assistance. EMT class it's hard work, it's time consuming, it's costly, and maybe you have the passion to do it, but you don't have the ability to do it. That's what this program allows us to do. It allows us to go out in the community and find those individuals and match them here. EMS is the best branch, I feel like, in public service, because it has just a smorgasbord of individuals there. Everybody from different walks of life, and that's what makes us great. This class here, to watch the growth they've had, it's probably the best thing that you can see for somebody that's in training. I mean, it really is to watch the growth of a class. So I am very proud of this class for what you've done, okay? So what I'm gonna do is call Captain Davis up here and Mark Nichols from Forsyth Tech so we can start the pinning ceremony. When I call your name, you'll come forward. They'll present you your pin and your piece of paper from the college. Okay. Ready? All right, well, first one up, Stephanie Alvarado Lavea. Donald Cox. Samuel Fuentes. Skylar Gibbons.
It's okay to smile. Picture.
Taylor Harris. Bailey Hennis. Tiffany Hester. Chris Johnson. Micaiah Jones. Vera Diana Ortiz. Quanae Ringgold. Hunter Rowe. Diane Sisk. William Skinner. Madison Smitherman. Joshua Staten. Austin Swain. Jeremy Tierney. Class, there will be challenging days ahead. Lead on your preceptors and those that came before you to guide you through your career. You are the future of EMS, and we are proud of this accomplishment. Welcome to the team. Please join me in congratulating Class 13 on this achievement. I would like to thank all of our guest speakers, thank all the family and friends for coming out today. Please join us afterwards for refreshments and pictures. Class 13, please stand. You are dismissed.